Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 20th of November. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And we are filming today, Gary, at the most incredible house at number 14 Lyndoch Avenue, St Kilda East.
Yes.
And this is probably one of the best houses we've had all year, Gary. A big period style with the most magnificent renovation.
On a big block?
Done by a friend of the owners, architect Stephen Jolson, one of Australia's leading architects.
Yes,
Pays to have a leading architect as a good friend.
It does pay. It does pay. This is a beautiful home. I've always loved this street. We're right on the north side here, Philip, and it's a big block of land in the old, around 10,000 square feet, I think, in the old.
10,000 square feet, or in the new 923 square metres of prime St Kilda East land, north-facing back garden, the most stunning swimming pool I think I've ever seen. This house is a little guided tour. The perfect blend, Gary, of formal and informal entertaining, with a beautiful dining room, formal sitting room, gorgeous study at the front, and then of course this incredible kitchen meals family room that steps out onto the deck, which overlooks a swimming pool, which is something out of a designer magazine.
It is.
Still plenty of garden, and upstairs a bathroom, the main bathroom. I wouldn't mind sneaking up there for a bit of a shower now, Gary, because you can have a shower and look at the city skyline. I know that'd be a bit weird, and the viewers might think that's a bit.
You can never have too many showers, Philip, can you?
Anyway, sensational house. Sensational house, Gary, goes to auction this Sunday at 3:30, and we're really looking forward to this because it's been a monster of a campaign. Lots of interested parties coming through.
The right time's going to come up on the screen. I think you might have me on this one.
I think it is 3:30.
Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you here. Let's talk about the big weekend we had, Phil. 17 auctions.
Big weekend, Gary.
Look, I don't want to say anything or... I sold all the homes I auctioned. How did you? I got 100% again. So
okay, well, just
I don't know.
Just so everybody watching is aware. Firstly, the sales team give you the easy auctions, right? So they give you the easy stuff.
I get the challenge. I'm the big cheese man. I get the tough ones.
And they also give you just a few because they know that you don't have much staying power. In fact, a lot of people, particularly from your single days, know that you don't have much staying power.
I am saved.
But the reality is, not only do you do the easy ones, but you do very few. So the reality is your clearance rate should always be 100%.
Is that right? How did you go?
But we did have 17
We dragged our average down a little,
We did have 17 auctions. We sold 11 out of 17. We sold 12 out of 17.
This time was 12.
12 out of 17, which, if memory serves me correctly,
71%.
gives us a 71%
Get the tower up there
against the industry average of 65%. So again, yet again, week after week, Gary, we are performing well above the industry norm.
100% auction clearance would be well above. Anyway, let's move on. You've got something to aspire to. Look at me as somebody that you can, try to elevate your auction skills to. Let's talk about how we started off on Saturday, because you did a pretty good job there, I've got to say, Philip Kingston, in Newington Grove, number 11. I've been working closely with that home, with those vendors, and it's been a pleasure. And, we thought we put a price guide there. I think it was 900 to $1,035,000. Reserve was sort of in the upper percentile, but $1 million.
I think we can say the reserve was $1 million. So within our quote range.
It was $1 million. And we had a couple of buyers, and those two buyers, Phil, they just went hammer and tong.
They did, and we finally knocked it down some 30 minutes later after starting for $1,185,000,
which is 18% above reserve. I worked that out without a calculator.
You are just really so extraordinary.
Not just the company's leading auctioneer by percentage either at the moment.
No, but I'm pretty sure I did do the auction on that one because always the difficult ones I'm given, but I did rise to the challenge. Where did we move on to from there, Gary?
We had a busy day, Phil. We're all over the place. You went to a house. I went to a property in an apartment actually in Alma Road, and that's sold really well.
And I actually hear you did a fantastic job there.
I don't mind saying I thought I did okay. And that one we had a reserve of 500. We sold it for 558 or thereabout, 550.
Something like that. The right price will come up on screen again.
550-ish. So that was a really strong auction, a very funny auction actually. A very nervous buyer, kept walking, pacing, going out on the terrace. We had a lot of fun with that, and congratulations to the buyers of that.
Great spot there, that part of East St Kilda, which is near our office, bounded really by, say, Alexandra Street or Hotham Street up to Orong Road, and from Alma Road through to Dandenong Road. Really popular spot.
And I reckon a couple of months ago the flats were a little bit, not on the nose, but they're a bit quieter.
Absolutely.
And now we're seeing a real resurgence before the year's out of apartments.
No question, there's a lot more interest.
Yeah,
as interest rates come down, interest in property goes up.
You are a fascinating and knowledgeable fellow.
I got it. That's
a
why
wealth of information.
That's why they pay me the big bucks,
right,
Gary.
Exactly right. They want some of those big bucks back at the moment. Let's talk about where you did go, and you did perform well in Burundi Road, but I didn't get to see you. Tell us about that auction. That was on Saturday.
A parcel of land in Burundi Road, and for those viewers that don't know, Burundi Road is regarded as the best street of Caulfield South.
It is.
This was
Arguably.
This was a block of land on the north side. Standard frontage is 50 feet. This had a narrower frontage of 45 feet, which put some people off. But we think we can build a great house on that. We had a reserve there, Gary, of $830,000. We sold it for $880,000. And this is an interesting real estate story because the people that bought it were the underbidders the week before in Karawina, which is, I think, 2 streets away, 2 or 3 streets away. A house that was about 8 years old on a similar sized block of land. They missed out on the finished house in Karawina.
Now they're going to build one.
And thought, you know what? We'll go and buy one. We'll go and build one. So they bought a block of land, $880,000, $50,000 over the reserve to people that were the underbidders on a house before.
That's the best story you've had today.
Yeah, that's a great story. I like that story.
While you were auctioning that, I was just up the road, Phil, in 39 Teague Street with Mr. Adam Joski and Joel, and we sold that one. That was a very slow, gruelling, tough auction. The reserve was 1.2. Had to go and further bid a couple of times. I don't know why. Everybody was very slow to bid there. But we did have a number of bidders. Sold it for $1,220,000.
I'm going to give a bit of a plug to our friends at Metricon Homes, Gary, as we speak, because you know, if we give them enough of a spruik on this show, we may end up getting sponsored by them. But putting that thought aside for just a moment, Metricon, good friends of ours, and we also sell a lot of Metricon homes in the area.
Timeless product.
That was a Metricon home of about, I think it was about 8 or 9 years of age, and the response that we had to the house, because it had a really good floor plan, really well designed, the response we had to that house was really good. And
it wasn't a big block of land, but
it wasn't.
It just goes to show you can build a great house without having to have a big parcel of land.
And I think also quality and good design pays. So a bit of a plug for Metricon. We can certainly recommend them as fine builders.
That house was 8 years old. Vendor flew in from Perth and flew out with a contract that night.
Fly in, fly out, Gary. FIFO.
Do the deal.
It's a bit of a mining term, just so people know that I'm, you know, kind of up to speed.
You quit while you're ahead before the last comment. Let's talk about the auction on Sunday morning that I did, because we reviewed this home on GPTV, and that was 2A Umarella Road, and I had a vendor fly in this time from Sydney, Philip.
You are really the interstate expert, Gary.
All over the place.
I tell you, you only deal with our international and interstate clients,
I'm happy to do it,
of which, by the way, we do have a lot.
We do. 2A Umarella Road, I had the pleasure of that auction. That was good fun. We had, we thought we'd have 2 or 3. We had about 5 buyers.
Did
you?
It
was a very strong auction.
And that's quite funny, because we discussed this during the week, and you had a little bit of agitation, a bit of angst about that sale.
I was a bit anxious about that one.
Clearly you misread it totally.
Well, I underplayed it perhaps, but the reserve
underplayed and over-delivered, really, clearly.
It's okay, you don't get in too much trouble for that, do you? 770 was the top of the range, and the reserve was in that area, Philip. We sold it for $795,000.
That's a good result.
To some people who came over, lovely couple from Glen Iris, so we're happy for them, and they've got a lovely new home to move into there. And we've got a busy weekend coming up this weekend again, Philip. On Saturday, you are the only man that's auctioning, Philip. We've got 3 of them, and you are it.
We're looking for a trifecta from me, aren't we? I'm going to have an early night on Friday night. Won't go too hard or too late.
I think that'd be advisable. Let's talk about the first home, Philip, 12 Lygon Street in Caulfield South. A good address, and why is it a good address?
It is a great address because Jeremy Rosens, our partner in St Kilda, actually lives in this street, and without giving his address away, he does live next door. So there's the choice of 2 houses.
Is it good or not good?
Do you know what? He's a lovely he's a lovely guy. He's married to Mishy, and she's lovely.
She is.
2 delightful children. Mishy's out on parole, and you know,
and they haven't caught Jeremy yet.
That's right. So lovely
It's coming
people.
up on the screen now. 11:30. That's a fantastic home. Jeremy's been raving about that house.
Yeah, it
not
has.
just because it's his neighbour, but it is a fantastic house. We're looking forward to it.
And have a look at that online, by the way, because it is a really good home.
We've got one at 12:30 in an old favourite street of ours, Phil, Cambridge Street, just around the corner from our office.
Cambridge Street, where we started our business with a couple of sales in Lucan Street and Cambridge Street.
Lord Road.
That's a great position, walking distance to shops and public transport, and a neat, compact home.
You're doing that auction at 12:30. Don't let us down on that
one,
one, Phil.
I won't.
That's a beautiful property, and we're looking forward to that one. We've got one in the afternoon at 1:30. That is 5 at 1 Hammerdale Avenue.
Yes, a popular spot there because you're in between Alma Road and Inkerman. You're
talking about cafes now?
You're walking distance to some fabulous cafes. You're also walking distance to Fitness First. There's another plug. Adam Josky can be seen there working out, I do believe.
Yes.
But that's just a really good apartment.
That's our Saturday, Phil. Let's talk about Sunday. 6 auctions on, plenty of action happening there. There's a couple of apartments that I'm doing through that day. One of them's in the morning. That's in Hotham Street. We've just sold one in that building.
Been busy in Hotham Street too.
Number 199 Hotham Street. There. This one's right up the top, got a beautiful view of the city and quite affordable in that sort of $4 to $450 range.
Yep, great.
I think we'll do pretty well with that one. We've got one later on that I think is a real good opportunity to buy. That one's in Brighton Road, Elwood, flat 16, I think it is, at 162 Brighton Road.
You're very good with those addresses, Gary, although I did see you looking down to the floor where you've got your notes just down there.
I can reel them off. I didn't have to with that one, Phil, and I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't even read it. That's it. When
you are lightning fast.
Sell all your auctions.
You're lightning fast today.
Yeah. That one's in Elstwick. That one
might have had something to do with the fact that you've just arrived for the filming at GPTV, which we normally do at 11 o'clock. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you have been playing golf all day, I do believe.
I had to go and support a charity golf.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I'm very charitable.
You are.
Thanks to Anthony for inviting me to that special.
And if any of Gary's friends that are golfers are watching, please stop inviting him to golf days because it's me that suffers. You only have to suffer with him for a few hours out on the golf course. I have to suffer by doing the work for both of us. And really, I'm over it.
It's good for business, Philip.
Yeah, right. I don't see the listings that you've brought in.
They're long term.
Yeah, good.
There's one, that one in Brighton Road, by the way, probably going to sell in that high threes, around 400.
All right.
In that sort of mid threes, high threes, 400. But that's good value for a 2-bedroom flat.
It is.
And this is a great apartment. It's been improved, so we look forward to showing you that one. Sunday morning, Philip, I'm going to be auctioning this beautiful one of a pair. It's like a semi-detached house.
Property.
In Bella Vista Road.
Great street.
It's a really good street, a lovely period home and very affordable, sort of entry level for a house in Caulfield North at 750 plus. This is a great one. Come and have a look at that one. If you haven't seen it, ring Adam, go and have a look at it. It's Sunday morning at 10:30.
At 11:30, Gary, I'm doing the auction of unit number 1 at 8 Newland Street in Caulfield at 11:30, and also just round the corner at home number 18 at 1A Ripley Grove.
Believe it
or not,
Love that street.
Leor Samuel is doing that auction. So there is the wrap for a very, very busy
big
Sunday.
weekend. Before we run, and we're filling our GPTV with content of properties because there's so much going on at the moment, but we just want to say congratulations to Leon Guzenfitter, who won our Salesperson of the Month award for the last month. So well done to you, Leon.
Yep,
and
well
Deb
done.
Putt for Team Member of the Month.
What an operator she is.
She's a great operator.
Working in our property management department, running a portfolio, she is sensational.
She's a great team player and a fantastic real estate agent, a wonderful asset to Gary Pure & Associates. We love her. Congratulations. That's the week, Phil.
That was the week that was, Gary. I can feel the end of the year is nigh.
But
Gary,
as they say in racing, Philip, you have to ride your horse out to the post. Don't drop your hands, Philip.
No, exactly, Gary.
Keep the whip out.
We've got to go hard all the way up, and we're scheduling auctions at the moment. Right up, our last weekend at the moment is the 15th and 16th of December.
And the week after.
Although there is the opportunity to have auctions the weekend after, I'll happily do them as well. So a big finish, Gary.
We are going hard till Rudolph comes, till we sing Jingle Bells. We're going all the way, ladies and gentlemen, on GPTV, and we're looking forward to bringing you all of the things that are going on in the area and all the sales and results and clearances and news and all the nonsense that we talk about on a weekly basis. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great weekend. Thanks again for watching.
Cheers.